Hey, what's happening? All right. In this video, we're going to do 10 things that I've learned from being like pretty horrible actually at social media marketing, but still somehow miraculously having it create a lot of revenue for me. So here we go. Thing number one is that homemade content really smokes like fancy content, especially when it comes to platforms like Facebook and Instagram and stuff. Just shooting a video or using a picture from your phone works just as well, if not better, actually often better than trying to go Hollywood route or whatever, which is great because who has time for that anyway? All right. Thing number two, videos work well, obviously, but long form videos work well on social. And that's something that a lot of people like shy away from, but I've tested it and it works great. I've got one that's 38 minutes long. And it's on Facebook and it has gotten a gazillion views. And on Facebook, like track the amount of people and the percentage of people who watch 100% of the video. The amount of people that have finished that dang video is unbelievable. And it's just me sitting at a desk talking about writing. Speaking of writing, thing number three, written content gets crazy good results. In the past 3 months or so on the social medias, your Facebooks and your Instagrams there, my long form written content posts have gotten more reach organically and more engagement than video posts, which is especially helpful for people who don't want to be on camera, which is really good. Thing number four, more content equals more customers, assuming that it's good and it's actually helpful to your customers and your earbuds don't fall out while you're trying to shoot the video. This is super obvious, but what was really surprising is how much you can move the needle when you post a lot. And by a lot, I mean a couple posts a day. I'm not talking about going crazy with it, although that's probably a smart thing to do. I'll give you an example. I just did a little like review of my business, like personally, and just looked at the past 5 years and was like, okay, you know, what worked really well, etc. Dude, I know this is so obvious, but dude, the times when I would post regularly, and I don't get tired of posting, so I don't do it all the time, but the times when I would post regularly, massive increase in revenue, like just night and day, absolutely crazy. And doing that review and seeing those numbers made me think that like number five, by the way, segue, beautiful. Thank you. I know it. Spielberg, watch out, right? Major documentary filmmaker over here. Anyway, thing number five is that creating and posting helpful content. Now, again, this would be like stuff that people actually benefit from. But dude, like doing that might literally be the highest paying activity that you can do. Now, this is assuming that you have an offer and your sales process works and all of that stuff, like common sense rules apply here. But like, seriously, that's thing number six, by the way, posting helpful content is like actually useful. Hands down, highest return on energy, highest return on time, anything, period, that I've done in the past 5 years, which is really a mind blowing thing. But I guess it's keen insight into the obvious there. All right, so that was thing number six. So this is thing number seven. Wait, no, that was thing number five. This is thing number six. This is crazy. And that is that the content that you make today can keep on paying you for years, assuming, again, that it's like good content and you've got a, solid sales process and stuff. So I don't want to like oversell the whole content thing. But dude, this is crazy. So I've found posts that I created in 2018 or something that are still bringing in sales to this day in 2023. And the reason I know it is because I got all hyper analytical and like use special tracking URLs for the posts back then. And they're still showing me revenue from today, which is crazy. Like the 5 minutes that it takes to build, or it took me rather to shoot a video in 2018, that little 5 minutes of time, like a video that literally took 5 minutes to shoot, just the old, hey, y'all, how's it going? Like with an offer and everything. A little video that took 5 minutes to shoot in 2018, still bringing in sales 5 years later. And I can actually track the revenue from like specific posts. I'm telling you, like that 5 minutes that it took to do that. This is like the highest paying 5 minute, dollar per minute ratio ever. It's insane. And the cool thing about content, which is now segueing beautifully into thing number seven, is that content builds your brand and your brand builds your fortune. So what I've learned through observation and just like practice is that having a personal brand is no longer optional. Like you have to have a personal brand. I know that's like me saying, if you want to be healthy, you should eat and exercise. It's so obvious. But still, it's, shiny object syndrome gets me anyway. I don't know. Maybe, hopefully I'm not the only one. But, dude, like, you have to have a personal brand, like everybody does. But here's the thing, okay? It's not about us. It's a weird paradigm here. If content builds the brand and like your brand builds your fortune and you have to have a brand, then it really comes down to the quality of the content. And the quality of the content is actually determined by how valuable it is to the person who is reading it or watching it or listening to it, which therefore should take away from any sense of overwhelm, because the thing that stops us from making content is, oh man, what if I don't look right? What if my earbuds keep falling out or whatever? It's never about us. So that's like a huge takeaway. Like the most productive content is always about the audience, and more specifically about what they want, how they're going to get what they want, and what life is going to be like after they get what they want. If you can make your content all about them, it's really going to build a massive personal brand for you, which is good. And by the way, when I was coming up with this, I was like, man, some of the richest people in the world have giant personal brands. Richard Branson's got a really good, solid personal brand. Warren Buffett, big personal brand. He's Berkshire Hathaway, but if you invest in Berkshire Hathaway, there's a little bit of conscious or subconscious thoughts. I'm investing in Warren Buffett, and like Tesla, buy Tesla or whatever, chances are like, I'm buying this car from Elon Musk. It feels like a personal thing. These people are billionaires, man. So it's pretty obvious that having a personal brand is a good idea. It's obvious that eating healthy and exercising is a good idea. So they say. I'm not going to try it. That'd be crazy. Okay. Thing number 8 is that if we consider thing number 7, which is like your brand builds your fortune, content builds, brand builds your fortune, then we can conclude that thing number 8 is that, okay, then branding is everything except for thing number 9 that I learned, which is except when it's not everything. So a good personal brand can't fix a bad product. It can't fix a bad offer. Can't fix a bad person. So like the law of common sense does apply. And finally, thing number 10 that I learned is lists work pretty good for content. Like if you're struggling coming up with content ideas, just make a list of stuff that's helpful and turn that into content. This video is a list. Anybody can read a list, dude. It's easy. And if it's useful and if it's easy for your audience to consume and get value from, then it's good content, because the most important thing in the entire equation is them and helping your audience get the results they want. Anyway, I hope this video helps you get some of the results you want. I appreciate you taking the time to watch it. Yeah. All right. Where's the stop button? There it is. Okay. Take it easy.